Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Thank dog. It's Friday.
Yes, happy TDIF and happy New Year.
Oh, and Hazel's here to say hi. Oh, my goodness. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Hazel. Oh, is Hank around too?
Yep, he's over here rolling in the carpet, having fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you everybody for being with us today. If you don't know who we've already introduced the dogs. If you don't know
Yep,
who
of
we
course.
are, I'm Patty. I'm here with Hillary,
Hello,
dog
everyone.
mom extraordinaire. And we have a really fun craft project for you today. It's New Year's themed. It's the
Yep.
new year, and we're super excited about celebrating 2025. Oh my gosh,
It's crazy.
It is totally crazy, unbelievable. If you're not familiar with who we are the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY, and do it yourself is all the things that we love, especially in honor of our little pups like Hazel and Hank.
Yep.
And so everything that we do has a little doggy twist, a little doggy flavor to it. So whether it's home decor or dog treats or doggy, we made a Sherpa coat
Yep.
one year. So like for the winter time. So please check back in our video library, wherever you're watching, and you'll find all kinds of really fun things to do. And you can dogify them or not, right? That's just kind of our little twist on things. And today we're doing oh my gosh, a Dollar Tree DIY, really, but it's so stunning. It's a baby's breath winter wreath, and I just absolutely love this one. It is so pretty. Like for $5, like maybe $4 or $5, like you can make the most stunning, beautiful wreath. You can hang this on your front door. If you're in chilly weather, it might actually last a little bit longer, or it'll dry out, which is so nice because the baby's breath still looks so pretty as a dried flower. But we're going to go ahead and use whichever wreath form you want to get started. I have a Dollar Tree 8-inch. It came in a package of 2 little wreath ring is what they call it. They don't even give it a size, but it's about 8 inches in size, and you get 2 in a pack.
And this one happens to be one that I had around, so I was just kind of shopping my stash. And this is a 10-inch wood bead wreath, but they also have a really similar one. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same size, but it's close to the same size. At Dollar Tree, they have these wooden bead wreaths as well.
Yeah, so. for sure. And you can go any size. Like you could use the inner ring and an embroidery hoop if you want to, which I think this would be so cute just in the miniature version of it as well. And then all you really need is of course a big old bouquet of some baby's breath. I'm going to use the more the merrier. You can always, put the extra in a vase and enjoy it.
And a lot of times, so I was just going to mention too, at my Safeway, they have like the floral department, and they'll have baby's breath.
Standalone
in its
by
own.
itself.
So that makes it a lot more affordable. So you can just buy a bundle of the baby's breath and you're set.
Right. That's pretty much what I did too. I ran to the grocery store and they had nice big bundles of baby's breath, which is so perfect. I was crossing my fingers hoping because with the new year and New Year's Eve this week, a lot of places were closed. I ran to the florist. They were closed. I'm like, okay, come on, grocery store, help me out here. So that was great. And then we're going to cover our wreath ring with all the baby's breath, little kind of clumps and clusters of them, using some floral wire. So I just have this straight floral wire that you can use, and you can either cut it up in pieces or use the long lengths. It doesn't matter. Or if you have a spool of it. And they also have
this at Dollar Tree too. So
that would be perfect.
I don't have the packaging anymore, but you can definitely get the floral wire from Dollar Tree.
Yep. And then any kind of black and white ribbons. Of course, we have some with little doggy paw prints on them too, but your favorite black and white ribbons.
I'm actually going silver and gray because that's what
perfect.
I had in my stash. So we always try to do things where, shop your stash, use what you have, and that you can really customize any of the things that we do. So that's always fun too. Like this isn't a paint by number where you have to follow each step. You can put your own personality, use what you have, all that
exactly
stuff to make it your own.
And in fact, I was going to shop my stash for my ribbons, and then I found these two at Dollar Tree when I was getting the wreath ring. And I just love that little check. That black and white check was so cute, kind of country kind of themed. So actually you can use like a velvet fabric and like tear a ribbon off of that, and it would add a little more luxury to your wreath.
Yeah.
So really the ribbons that you use kind of change the character a little bit, because Baby's Breath is really just such a beautiful backdrop to whatever style ribbons or anything that you want, your decor, anything you want to do. So the first thing you're going to do is grab some Baby's Breath. And I have a couple of stems here, and I just want to show everybody when you're pulling the Baby's Breath apart, it's going to, the flowers are going to stick together. And so that you don't tear any of the flowers off, the easiest thing to do is turn it upside down and then shake it as you pull these stems apart, and they come apart nicely without damaging any of the flowers, which is just a fun little tip there. And then you're going to go around your Baby's Breath, and we're going to just trim off basically just little clusters, leaving a little bit of a stem behind as you go. So here's one. So just to get an idea, you're just trimming off, and sometimes they can be like that one had 3 little clusters together. This one just has 1. So again, just going with however nature's created these little beauties. You're going to cut off a few, and some might have more flowers than other. That's okay. We're just these are all going to get clustered together. So it'll be a nice little mini bouquets is what we're going to create here.
And they smell so nice too.
Oh, they do. They really do. They're so pretty. And it's a nice, gentle scent. You know, it's not overpowering, which I like. Okay. So then you're going to take a couple of them, 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how many flowers you have in your little collection. And you're just going to create a little miniature bouquet. Something like that. Just, I think I have 3 or 4 here in my little collection. Yeah, super cute. And then you can start anywhere on your ring. Hillary's already got hers started. And then you're going to lay, so mine has multiple wires. I'm just attaching mine to the inner wire here. And it'll cover up, the flowers will cover up everything else. If you want to, you can paint your ring kind of a white color just to blend in a little bit more in the background. This is a black and white theme for mine, so I just kind of left mine as is.
And I'm just kind of going in between, layering on top, and then just finding a place between the beads to wire the bundles.
Perfect. Yeah, and then you just take a small piece of wire and basically wrap your little bundle about 3 times around just to secure it in place. Just like that. We're just going to get started. And then the idea is basically to continue this step. So you're creating a miniature little bundles, and you're going to keep them going in the same direction. So the next bundle will lay on top of the first one. The next one will lay on top of the next one, so on and so forth. So they're all basically going in the same direction.
And they really do like cover nicely that last little piece. So like once you add 2 of them, you'll be like, I got this. You'll start to see the vision, and they go together really quickly. So
they really do. And you can make these as dense or as, not dense as you want, depending on how many flowers you have on hand.
You could also make multiples of these. I think that would be really cute, especially if you did different sizes. That would be awesome as well.
Or if you have like 3 windows on the front of your house and you do 3 the exact same size and hang them in each window, that would be so pretty. There's really a lot you can do in terms of sizes and decor where you want it to go. These are so fun.
And really simple. Like, obviously, I have some I have a little stack of my wires pre-cut that sort of speeds things up. And then
Oh
the only
yeah.
thing that you're doing is just clipping your little flower bundles and putting them together. So it's fairly easy. Like once you get
it
going.
really is. It really is. And it's nice to work with a smaller size, although, oh my gosh, a bigger, like if you had
that would be gorgeous if you had a
my
big
gosh,
one.
like a 24-inch wreath or something like that would be beautiful. All right, I think my pups are letting me know the mailman's here. Or somebody's walking their dog outside.
There's activity somewhere.
There is activity
that you
somewhere.
should know about.
Exactly. Life and death. They're keeping us alert and alive. All right. Cute. And feel free to kind of adjust the flowers as you go, because they might move off to one side, or you might want to add another little single stem somewhere before you move on to the next bunch. Just kind of step back and look at it every once in a while. See where your flowers are, how they're falling in place.
And we're obviously using live flowers for this one, but you could certainly do the same type of idea with artificial flowers as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So pretty. Just getting little clusters together. Put them in line. This would be fun to do for like a girls' night craft party. Would be so fun to do. Because again, it's so easy. And
I love these for gifts too. Like it's a different way to give kind of a bouquet of flowers to somebody.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. And there's a little extra thought and love put into it, which is, you know, instead of just running to the grocery store like I did and grabbing the bouquet out of the department, the floral department. Put a little extra love into it. Means a lot. And the fun thing about baby's breath, I didn't really know until we were doing this project. It's the meaning behind it, right? It means purity and hope and new beginnings. So it's perfect. It's the perfect flower for a New Year's wreath.
I had no idea about that either. I love that.
Yeah. It makes sense, right?
Yep. So this, I have about half of mine. You could leave it if you were using the wooden beads or something like that. You could leave it, you know, not all the way filled in. I think I'll fill all mine in, but just to kind of give you an idea that you can really customize these however you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to do it exactly how we're doing these.
Right, exactly. And then you can also go back if you feel like there's a spot that's missing. You can kind of go back and tuck in some more baby's breath as you work your way around.
And they do tend to, so I noticed the ones that I had on last night, they do sort of start to, because they're starting to dry out, obviously. Yes. It's a fresh flower. Yeah. So they do start to kind of get a little less full. So you'll notice that like as you're working around. So if you wanted to add more in, or you'll kind of see what that dried out version of it will be, which is also really gorgeous as well.
Yeah, it actually starts to turn like a soft pale white color instead of the vibrant white when it's fresh, which makes it look a little more antique-y and kind of farmhouse feel, rustic, and charming. I really think it makes it look really charming. And it's so unique because it's not often that we decorate our house with live flowers in a wreath form. So that's really kind of cool. There's also really fun things you can do with this in the wreath form, but using it in different ways. This could be a centerpiece. You could put a candle in the middle and use it as a centerpiece, either for your holiday gatherings or because if you could put a red or green bow, right? Use it for Christmas instead of New Year's. Or you could use this at weddings or bridal showers for a centerpiece. I think would be so pretty. And wouldn't it be fun if you had it for like a bridal shower and they were all gifts like to go home?
Yeah, so that you
with
can
the bride.
take them.
So the bridal party could take them home as party favors. That would be so pretty. Little memento. And then the bride can take some and put it in her scrapbook, keep as a memento for years to come as well, which I think is so nice.
You could also start with the dried. So I was saying artificial, but you could also start with the dried version.
Oh, right.
Too, instead of having the live.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. All right, I have a question for everybody who's watching. When do you take your Christmas decorations down? That's what I want to know. It's New Year's now. Do we wait a little while longer? Do some people like keep them up until Valentine's Day? Or I've been known to hear family members keep things up until St. Patrick's Day. I still haven't taken anything of mine down yet. It's hard to kind of end the holiday festivities so soon, but.
So I normally wait until Epiphany, so like 12 days after.
Oh, right.
But this year I didn't. So I have all my downstairs is taken down, still in the downstairs, and all the upstairs still needs to be done yet. So the stuff that's behind me all needs to be done yet. But part of the reason for that is we have a delivery that's coming, so it was just going to be easier not to have a tree in the middle of the way to have to move around. So that's what prompted me.
So it's practical. It's a practical decision this year. Yeah.
I have a hard time. I like leaving it up a little longer. I like to enjoy it a little longer.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
I'm definitely not a day after Christmas type of person, which I know there are some of those.
I couldn't do that. There's so much effort and care that goes into putting it up that I'd hate to like take it down so quickly. And I'd say the outside decorations all depend on the weather. So sometimes I leave it up a little longer.
Those might be up until June.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We are supposed to get 6 inches of snow this weekend. So
wow.
At a minimum. So yeah, it's going to be. And sometimes I just love seeing the lights in the snow. It's such a pretty the glow, especially at night through the snow, is really extra pretty. So
I also don't start putting them up near as early as some people, so that makes it hard to put them down. Whereas if you've had them up since Halloween, you're probably ready.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so if you're just joining us, we're taking little clusters of live baby's breath. I was going to say blueberry breath, baby's breath. So cute, little clusters. And we're just taking a small piece of wire and little floral wire. And then we're just tying these to a wreath form, wrapping it around about 3 times as you go. And you want to lay them all in the same direction rather than going back and forth. They'll just lay a lot nicer that way. And you just wrap it around whatever wreath form you have. And Hillary's got a different one than I do.
Yep.
You can use a big one or small one.
We've got the little wooden bead ones. And you can kind of see the wreath form behind it.
Yes.
But really, almost anything will work. So, as Patty mentioned, you could use an embroidery hoop. You could use, obviously, an actual wreath form. But if you had the kind of wickery ones, like sky's the limit for what that form could be.
Yep. Exactly. All right. Well, you're getting close to being done here.
Well, I definitely think we can move forward if you want to show some of your.
Sure. So the next thing to do is take your fun black and white ribbons. That's the theme that we're doing. Or Hillary's got silver and white themed ribbons. Of course, we always want to add a little I'm running away here. We always want to add one with a little paw print on it if you can. That's our nod to our favorite little furry family members, because they are always part of the celebration for everything that we do. And so I actually made a bow with a couple of the Dollar Tree ribbons, kind of a translucent, gauzy white, and then this really fun gingham check, which I just fell in love with. And I just got this, so they still have these on hand, hopefully at your Dollar Tree. And then I just made a bow. I just made loops with both ribbons, the wider one on the bottom and the little one on top. And then I used a piece of wire. I don't know if you can see the wire. I used a piece of wire to tie that in place. So I didn't knot the actual ribbon. I just formed them in 2 little loops with tails and then tied them with a small piece of wire. And then I took my paw print ribbon and tied just a single knot right in the center. So it kind of gives a little bit of a contrast to it. And then it has lots of fun, different tails at the bottom of my ribbon, which I absolutely love. It just adds a little character to it. And so that's how I made mine. And then I have this little extra wire on the back that I can then just attach it to my wreath and wrap it around the wreath form so that it's gentle on the flowers, but it's not, you're not tying this tightly onto your wreath.
And mine is just kind of
cute.
Double layers of ribbon.
Yeah. And then, same kind of idea.
Yep. And then I just glued my paw print ribbon onto the gray ribbon. So again, whatever you have and however you want to create it. I love the idea of using like velvet or fabric, like anything that you want to do, you can make it work. So
exactly. And then I just took the little gauzy ribbon, wrapped it around my wreath form, so I have a little hanger at the top, but you don't necessarily need a little hanger. And then here's my little finished.
I love the way that these turn out. They're so pretty.
Look how delicate and charming. Now this is about a day old. So as I said, they're going to go from like a bright white. You can see mine's already turning just a soft white color. But I think that it makes it look like a family heirloom. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's so pretty. I don't honestly know how long these will last. If you spray them, I think with a varnish, maybe they'll last, or a hairspray or something, they might last a little bit longer. I'm not an expert on dried flowers, so you might want to Google that. But definitely for the season, this is just the most charming little New Year's wreath. I absolutely love it. So fun. So pretty.
They turn out so pretty. If you all give this a try, please tag us Hound Hugger DIY so we can see your creations. These ones, like I said, a lot of times we're using artificial flowers. So this is really fun for us to get to use the live flowers. And I have a feeling that they'll, it's not going to be a family heirloom. It's not going to stay with you year after year after year, but neither does a bouquet of flowers. So this is a fun way to get to use sort of a bouquet of flowers in a different way, which is cool.
Exactly. I just love this. You could even do both sides of the wreath too, and then hang it like outside or hang it, independently. So it's not up against a wall or anything or a window. And seeing it from both sides this way would be just stunning, especially gorgeous. Like hanging from a tree for a wedding, an outdoor wedding or something like that. Or anniversary party or things like that would be so pretty.
Have, speaking of like for a wedding or something like that, or an outdoor, at Dollar Tree, they have little tiny lanterns in black and white where I could see you do both sides of the wreath form and then hang that little lantern, a little battery operated lantern.
Right.
Center there.
From the center.
Have them all lit up. It would be stunning.
Oh, that would be so beautiful. That would be so beautiful. The ideas just keep going. If you know of any ideas, write them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you if you make this yourself, which we hope we've inspired you to get out there and have some fun this weekend. Please tag us, Hound Hugger DIY. We love to see your creations. It's like Christmas when we get to see what you make. So thank you for that. And as I said, we have a long history of all kinds of really fun projects, even some Valentine's ones. I know Valentine's Day is coming up next. So check them out. Sprinkle the puppy love too. That helps us out an awful lot. So if you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, that really means a lot. So thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Take care. Bye-bye.